Hello, this is Jim Phillips. We're about ready to get things started. Take a look at what we're going to be looking at for today. Right now, we're going to be looking at two veterans' graves. And there's this illustrious cleaner out there working it. He's got a soft bristle brush working on two Civil War cemetery headstones. They're upright headstones. These are marble. They're supposed to be white, but they've been neglected for quite some time. So our hero is getting them really wet. So he's dipping in there and getting the stones wet. And since he's already in one location, he's decided to go ahead and do the one right adjacent to it. So why not save time, do both? As you're out here getting Now, why do you get them wet? You get them wet so that the lichen will be easier to come off and to get off any loose items that are on the stone itself before you do any deeper work in there. So get it good and soaking wet. Now, the important thing for you is to remember that as you do this, is that you take your time, but this is not a neat job. Once you get it wet, the lichen is now getting soft, so now it's time to do some scraping. Now, this part of the practice is that you're scraping off the lichen that has been affixed to the stone. It's been there for probably quite some time. As you can look at the video, the lichen is falling off little bit by little bit. Now, the difficulty with a stone like this, it does get inside the shield. So we'll be doing some more stuff. Oh, by the way, do you like my hat? Yeah, I got it for just this occasion. So it's as we're cleaning off this stone, we're using the scraper. Again, it's a plastic scraper, one I recommended in the past. That is an easy one and not going to cause you problems. So as you look at this particular first step of cleaning is about doing it right. We want to do it right. So get it wet, get it cleaned. We're working through this as we do this. We want to be able to point out that the more water you put on this, the more scraping you do, the better that the next step will come when we apply D2 to it. We're going to be applying the D2 to this stone when it comes time. So that'll be in another step. But for this step, we're looking just at cleaning it. And sometimes for some stones, just mere cleaning it is it's an improvement from where it was. So I think you keep that in mind for some of the stones that you're going to be working on may not necessarily need a deeper cleaning like with the use of D2. But if you are looking at it in the future, if you got ones just like the ones I'm showing you right here, this will mean you're going to have to step up and clean pretty heavy-duty stuff off of here. So at this point, we're looking at our intrepid person's going, oh man, need a little bit more work. So as he's applying water to this, trying to add more liquid so that it helps, allows us to be able to better scrub off the lichen, because that stuff has been on there quite some time. Again, lichen and dirt. If you're in a shady area, it becomes extremely important to be able to do that, because you also have the sap from the trees. This is where D2 will be becoming an important part of this. But none of this is valuable if you don't clean it. If you don't clean it first, the D2 will not function as well as it ought to. So good liquid piece here, this will be able to get it going. Now we're going to do a little bit of a deeper clean, and we're using a soft bristle nylon brush, and we're going to be getting into the names. You're taking a look at the name, the social security number, the name, the unit number, the state. Since these are all Civil War veterans, you're going to be able to see, the things that you need to get inside the shield. So what happens is that lichen gets between the letters and in the cracks and crevices of the shield. So you want to be able to get in there and get those things out. Very important. Now the one over on the one I'm working on, it's important to take a look at that. I said, that is going to need probably some more tender loving care that I'm going to be able to give it to this go around. But for the purpose of this instruction, most of the ones you're going to be working on will not look this bad. They're probably going to be more like the ones you're going to see over to the right, not the one that I'm working on. But in the meantime, might as well do some scraping, do some digging, get some of the opportunity to apply more water, and hopefully make it so that when it does come time for us to apply D2, we'll have a much better headstone to work with in its application. Now this is, as we get closer to this, one of the challenges that we have is making sure you do it well so that the next step will become easier. The more work you do now, the better it will be for the next step, and that's the application of the D2 or wet and forget. I happen to use D2 because I find it to work well for me, but wet and forget will work as well according to the Department of Veterans Affairs. So take a look at what we have, scraping things, moving things out. Now again, don't use metal scrapers. Use soft bristle brushes. You can use toothbrushes. You can even use chopsticks that are bamboo. But don't use the other stuff. Don't use metal things. It just it defaces the stone, and it's just not a good thing to do. So as we get to the close here, we're kind of completing up on this first start of the cleaning. We want to get this cleaned and get it ready for the application of D2. So Jim, are we almost ready there? Let me know by just putting things away. Please like, subscribe, and share. And you can find us on Facebook.